So, an opportunity has come, and it's an opportunity that we have to react right away to see if it worked because this oil well is about to close, and we want to use this little nugget here because this crude oil is part of a fuel chain for Oxnard. So we want to take this crude oil, deliver it to the petroleum, have the petroleum converted into fuel, and the fuel brought back to the train, and the train delivers fuel, and we truck the fuel into Oxnard. So that will take some infrastructure, and we don't have much more time to fill up our bank account. So if we end up running out of money, we'll take out loans as we go if we need to. Hopefully we won't need to take out very many. The most expensive part will be the track and this little bridge here. So we are building our first train line. And so enjoy. All right, so one thing we want with train stations, we want them in catchment of industries and truck stations so that trucks can take train cargo wherever. Also, this will allow the petroleum to be directly loaded onto this platform without any additional trucks. The other thing when building track, just like with the roads, is we need to take into consideration these contour lines, which indicate a change in elevation. So, again, we want smooth slopes, not for very long, and we want generally flat track so that the trains can stay at full speed. Well, our track had to have a little bit of a curve. That's okay. This curve maintains the track top speed, so that is very good. Okay, so the next required thing for a train, besides the stations and the track, is the train depot. This is where we buy the train. So we just gotta, eventually it'll get moved, but it just has to connect to the track you put in. Speed doesn't really matter for that track since it's just joining onto the track there. So our initial rates for the train should be around 160. That's what it should be going for. And eventually Also, part of this setting up is there won't be a route that makes this triangle. There will be a route that just goes from here to here, and possibly back here to here to here. I don't know. I might stick around, but there'll be another added line from here to here to make sure we get enough fuel back to fill up the train. And we're seeing how expensive a train is, so just the locomotive costs $1 million. Okay, and we see we only have enough money to buy a certain amount of tank cars. So 112. So hopefully that will get us our rate that we need. If not, we can just take some off. And we'll probably have to take out some loan to cover the rearranging of lines over in St. Paul. Okay, so right now we get a rate of 73. So if we wanted to include St. Paul's crude production with this one, we need a certain total. So we needed 160 for Oxnard and 120 for St. Paul, which adds up to 280. Okay. So with this one only taking 73, and this line currently accounts for 137. So 70, let's say 137 and 73, that's 200. So this line would have to deliver an additional 80. So we're definitely going to have to take some more vehicles to deliver additional crude over here. We'll make an additional driveway for our additional line. And when you're clicking over here, make sure you don't click on the train. Make sure you click on that truck station. And that might need another driveway too, but we'll see what we're able to do. other thing we're going to want to do is set these stations to be only we basically want to not let the train leave until it's completely full in here, because basically we pay less maintenance costs when the train's sitting in the station, and we get paid the most when we have a full train being dropped off on the return trip. So that is our goal for managing these lines. Once I let that train loose, though, it'll come to this stop first, because it won't be able to reverse back into the oil one or the crude. So after it leaves the St. Paul station to come back, then we'll set this station already up to be so the Oxnard station load, make sure there is a full load of all the tank cars. And then when it leaves the St. Paul station, we'll change it to the same thing. But anyway, here comes our first raid. here we see the beauty of getting paid in both directions. Now we just got to fix our rate for delivery and production. And we're really coming back with about 68. Okay, so we'll be able to deliver about 50 fuel into Oxnard. So, very good. All right, so in this episode, we have demonstrated what failure can look like if you have too much of a loan. We have demonstrated you have to be patient to pay back a loan. We also discovered a great profit opportunity since we can deliver crude to St. Paul. St. Paul can deliver fuel back to us in the same tank cars that we use, so we can get paid almost full in both directions. And now we should be seeing success still with our profits here, even though we invested all that money into the vehicles and the truck stations to get bigger platforms. The railroad is seeming to do pretty nice, and our profit in this date right here, in this date, is pretty substantial. So for future episodes, we should be rolling in the dough. So hopefully you learned something, you laughed, you cried, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.